Today on the Essentials of Music, we have none other than B.Slade. He has a new single called Nothing at All. And of course, we showcase another single called On Purpose. We'll get into the interview right after this song right here, Nothing at All. Keep it locked right here on the Essentials of Music.
So I was getting off the freeway, going to Bible class, right? I was getting off on Rosecrans. And the Lord spoke to me like, just on a regular conversation, He was like, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. So when the man of God asked me if I had a worship song, I was like, yo, you just gave me one. Just gave me one. Here's the thing. Yeah. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half on. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. Can you help me sing? Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah. But here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. Can you help the tenor sing? Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. Sopranos, can you help us? Everybody sing it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah. I want everything. Everything. Oh, nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. Nothing at all. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half won't do. Here's the thing. But here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. I want everything. I want everything. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half won't do. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah. I want everything. Oh, nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half just won't. 99 and a half just won't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. I want everything. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half on top. 99 and a half just won't. 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 99 and a half just won't do.
All right, y'all. All right. We here. TC in the house. Got locked right here on the Essentials of Music. And today's guest, August says that he's an Emmy winner. I mean, what don't he do? I mean, just come on, man. I mean, he has all type of awards. But one word that describes this guest I'm gonna bring to you today is perseverance. It's triumph. It's from failure to victory in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? And I told him we got robbed. And we'll talk about that as well. But this has been my brother for a long time. I love him. I love his music. I love his gift. I love his spirit. And I want to introduce yourself and present to others none other than the incomparable B.Slade. How you doing today, sir?
Excited, super duper excited, man. That's all I can say is just God is so good. Everything that's going on right now with the project and the songs and just my life, my health, my strength is everything is just totally aligned, and it's just a really good time. It's a good season in my life for sure.
Man, I'm looking at all these songs you put out, man. I'm like, do he sleep? I thought I didn't sleep, but my goodness, this dude be popping on
I don't
Instagram like,
really. I don't.
you know.
Maybe like I get about 7 or 8 hours a day, but just at weird time. Usually the times that I work best when other people are asleep.
Mm.
Like when everyone else is asleep, that's when I do my best work because I don't have a bunch of people pulling on me and pulling at me, and people are in my city are asleep, so I don't hear a bunch of distractions and honking and yelling, and people ain't pulling on. It's just better. I need everyone else to be asleep, so by the time they wake up to something amazing. And when I'm in the studio producing and writing and working on this stuff, that's when I personally feel closest to God. That is heaven for me. Like I'm closest to his presence and what he's doing in my life when I'm just with me, him, and the music. So that's when I work best. That's why it's so much content, and I write in real time. So as things happen to me, that's the next song. It's not like some things are done ahead of time, of course, but for the most part, the way God gives me material is in real time. Whatever's going on in my life at the time, that's the material.
You said something that was very profound a few minutes ago. I was going to ask you this as well. Coming from a place of evolution, how doesn't one evolve but still maintain the same gift, if you will, without evolving with the gift? And what I mean by that is that
Mm-hmm.
we know that you a lot of times ahead of your time in a lot of the music that you put out. A lot of times it's prophetic. A lot of times,
Yeah.
saying and even with the movement, with the arrangements and the syncopation of the
Mm-hmm.
music, it's all ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm.
How does evolution plays to you? How does evolution plays to your longevity? Let me ask that.
I think now this is going to sound strange to some people, but I actually learned that from Madonna.
Mm.
How each era, you basically are becoming a new artist. You're still the name. You're still that name. You're still that gift. But it's just every album she came out with, it was a different side or a different version of how she presented Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, okay, so it doesn't matter what time you come out, you're always relevant with what's happening at the time. And one thing about me, I'm able to evolve with the times, but I've always been kind of ahead. Like I'm into the future. I'm totally into what would R&B sound like in 2040? What would gospel sound like in 2028? You know what I mean? Or I'm fascinated with what it would be like. Most of the music I make is like I feel like it hasn't gotten here yet. Like if you listen to older B.Slade, even the Out the Box, the first Out the Box. If you play that now, there's still nothing out right now that even sounds or looks like that to this day. So for the genre itself, it's like I feel like we're kind of stuck. Like not. Let me tell you something, man. Israel, man, that's my boy. He ruined it all. When he came out with that I Am a Friend of God, black choirs and urban music disappeared. Everybody turned praise and worship CCM, which is great, great success to him, but this is all Israel's fault. He did it on purpose.
He did. He did do it on purpose. You're right about that.
And we talked, I was supposed to be on this last album, Damask Us, but it didn't work out. But he reached out to me. Our schedules were busy. So I say that in jest, but I also say that for real. He was so successful with that, and once again, I think the reason why he was so successful with that is because a lot of the CCM side and the praise and worship side of things, it was very segregated, and Israel was responsible for bringing white CCM and black gospel audiences together upon the same with one accord. So I will give him credit for breaking down, because it's still very divisive between, it's still like a white CCM and a black gospel. There's still a lot of segregation in the kingdom. I addressed that on the Out the Box too as well. So Israel was a key component of breaking down those walls. However, while doing that, the black side of things completely got just shut down. So I'm here to bring that urban funk, that edgy, trappy, ratchet, righteous, futuristic, anointed, creative stuff back into the forefront and hopefully inspire others to take a chance, because it's, unfortunately everything sounds exactly the same, bro.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
the worship songs just have the same chord structure, same tom-toms on the verses, and then the O's, and the chants, and then it's nothing wrong with it, but everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, where's the originality in the kingdom? Like J. Moss, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, when finally Karen album, like when that dropped, it was like, what?
Come on, man.
Mary Mary, and God's Property, and all of those different types of things. Like, there was a time when urban inspirational was way more edgy. It was way more edgy. Even Commission, the number 7 album,
Yes,
was super, super edgy.
Yes.
So that's my goal for the next 10 years, is to make sure that the real street, ratchet, gutter, innovative, creative, anointed stuff does not disappear. That's an important market too.
Y'all see why I say I appreciate. I talk about all the time. I appreciate his gift. That's why I appreciate his gift right there. Because the thing is, you said something that's very profound for me. Because I've been saying it for so long. Not only being a music enthusiast, but being on radio, that we need to bring something different to the people. People want to hear something different. Now, what's happened for so many years, you might can attest to this, that we had to drive things down their throat in order for us to sell records and things like that. So of course, that happens. You had to pay other things. We had to pay certain corporations to actually make that happen as well. But for me, it's always been, what happened to originality? You think about Luther Vandross, Lionel Richie, a lot of those people that came out back in the day, their music was different, but it was still, what type of, they was within their genre, but they still had different sounds, and you was able to appreciate each one.
Yes, you knew the difference between the two.
Yes,
I mean, you could tell, okay, that's a Stevie song, that's an Anita song, that's a Janet song,
Yes, sir.
that's a Prince song.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's no doubting who that is singing. It was so distinct.
Yes.
And now it's like you can't tell one choir, one group, one R&B act, one hip-hop act from the other. It's all the same. So, and I know there's trends. I like, and I'm not saying that I don't even like the new music that's out. If you listen to my music, you'll definitely hear I like what's going on right now. I like what people are doing right now. I like what, I get it. The beats and the energy behind it, but let's give it some height.
Yes.
Let's give it some depth. Let's give it some width. Let's give it a bridge. Let's just flip the beat in the middle of the song for no reason, just because we need to do something different. Just shock people. And that shock value has been something I've always went for. I don't try to be edgy. This is just is what I've always been. I have to do what excites me. I can't. Someone said online today, they were like, man, I don't know how you keep on making dope stuff back to back. How does this happen? Because I want to be excited. If I'm not excited about it, then I'm not releasing it.
Right. Because you won't be excited about it.
Albums that I wish I could buy.
Yes.
So instead of me complaining about what's not going right in the industry and what's not happening in the industry, don't talk about it. Be about it. So instead of complaining about it, I'm just creating what I wish I could buy, and hopefully millions of other people feel the same way. And so far,
they do.
Particularly this year, bro, you can tell, like, people are finally starting to catch on. Like, I'm not playing no games with y'all. I'm not playing no games. Like, I'm really about to go ahead and just go for it, because what do we have to lose?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Get it?
Yeah, nothing at all. Pun intended on that one.
Right.
Well, if you just tuned in, you listen to the Simpsons music, I have B.Slade on, one of my favorite artists of all time. And definitely, of course, he has a new single out called Nothing at All. We got On Purpose as well. And guess what? I even stole this. I had to tell you, I stole the straight from you. I got it straight, bro. I'm just going to let you know. I stole that. I just want to let you know. I'm going to be honest. I said it live on the air personally.
I don't care. As long as it's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just did, he did it on purpose at Bible class last night. The man of God preached, he did it on purpose. And if you want to see that clip, y'all just go into my IG page, B.Slade Now, B.SLADE Now, B.Slade Now. You can go on after you hear me on this live interview. Don't leave yet.
Yeah.
But when we get done with this, go on over there and check it out. You can see what happened at Bible class last night. I did not know, it was not planned, but I stay ready.
He was.
Stay ready.
He was. He got up there, y'all. He was like, yo, hey, look, we got to do this on purpose for real. I didn't know you did that, bro. We got to go ahead and show you what's happening. Wow. Confirmation.
Yes. And it's been like that ever since I've been a member there. I can't believe I'm in a church again. You know, it's
I can.
unbelievable. But City of Refuge is like,
I can.
it's not. You know what it is?
Uh-huh.
It's not that I can't believe I'm in church again. It's just I didn't think I'd be in a church in L.A. because a lot of the churches out here just keep it a buck, like it's super like safe, like it's just super duper safe. And I need something that's like gonna provoke me and stimulate my mind intellectually through the word. And Bishop Jones is just such a
Woo.
he's such an intellectual. Just the way he breaks down the word is very exciting. He's my favorite preacher. He's the whole reason why I even began preaching. He and Carolyn Showell.
Woo.
And so to actually be a member and, you know, just in the choir, the tenor section, and just being a member, it's just unbelievable. It's really unbelievable.
You know what, man? You talked about two preachers. You come to our church all the time, man. Bishop Noah Jones and Apostle Carol Showell, man. Both of them right there, man. Fire. That's all I say. Fire.
Yeah, fire. Like, you know why? This Apostle Showell, she's always been raw. Like, just, I like it when folks just don't play no games with me. You know what I'm saying? Just call it out. You know what I mean? And then Bishop Jones, he's able to take, like, you know, he did it on purpose. He was coming from, like, when Lazarus had died, and it took 4 days because Jesus was in a different town. It took 4 days for him to get to Lazarus, and he was saying that he did it on purpose. He wanted to make sure that folks knew that Lazarus was dead for real. After the fourth day, you are certainly dead. All the vital organs are gone.
Yep.
Everything, things have already started getting eaten up and stuff. And so he allows certain things in our life to look absolutely dead and rotten on purpose.
Jesus.
So that when he comes in, he can reveal his glory for those who don't believe. He can take a dead thing and resurrect it without smelling, looking, or acting like it was even dead. And I have to say, that is truly what God has done in my life. So for him to say he did it on purpose, I was like, oh,
I know
I'm
you
gonna have
went
to do that
bananas.
tonight.
Yeah, I know you went bananas when you heard that. I know I could just feel it now. I wasn't even there, but I could feel it that you went bananas. He's like, no, he did just go there. He just. Now I gotta go.
No, man, I was in there. I was running all around. I was so excited because it's just to know that God is like ordering my steps to the point that I don't have to get ready. I stay ready.
Yes.
Like the things that He needs is already within us. A lot of people don't know that. Like whatever you need, whatever you're trying to do, it's already within you. You just have to activate it. You don't need a label. You don't need managers. You don't need any of that stuff. All you need is Jesus, and that's enough.
I know that's
in
right.
any genre.
That's real talk. And you know what I love about you is that, and I'm so glad because you work with some of my favorite R&B artists now. And I want to say congratulations on all that stuff, man, because your gift has made room for you in the industry abroad. So, and I was like, man, he worked with Eric, but I saw you with Eric Benet. I flipped over here. I was like, oh, that's my dude right there. And y'all about to.
Oh yes.
That's
Make sure you hear that stuff, man. Matter of fact, I was just texting back and forth with him, working on his project, and just how they not only do I work with them, but they go out after they leave the studio and really sing my praises, bro.
Yeah.
Like they really, they're not one. It's so interesting. Like mainstream aren't really the haters. It's like usually those who are among you who like hate the most. But in mainstream, it's like they just appreciate the flat out gift. They're not tripping off of nothing. It's just like I'm just grateful for your gift. Him, Tisha Campbell, Snoop Dogg, Janet Jackson, all of these different people that I've had the opportunity, all my heroes basically, Sheila E. and you know all my favorite people. It's just unbelievable. I still can't believe that I worked with Snoop and we have, you know, great success together because this is someone out here in L.A. and, you know, in Long Beach, like, he's iconic. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to even be in their company and my name be on the radar with them and they appreciate the gift. And more than that, they appreciate my spirit and my character and how I am as a person, that they really genuinely like what I'm bringing to the table as a human being. Then the gift is like the extra bonus. But just to know that they trust me and believe in me just for me is still mind-blowing to me. It will always be. I never get so familiar working with these celebs as if, okay, now we're working together, so now we're familiar. No.
Right.
I still, you know, respect, and I'm still, a lot of times feel like I'm in a dream state with the things I've been doing lately.
I'm so happy and proud of you, man. Just seeing, you know, where you came from, you know, with the transitions of, you know, different brands, to be where you are now, and how God has really enlarged your territory, but beyond your routed nation. I know it's something we working with Shaka
Yes,
Khan and Stephanie Mills and all the big, saying that the artists
yes.
we grew up listening to. Like, man, that was hot. But I'm gonna work with her one day, and you
I
had no
forgot
idea.
about that. Shaka Khan. But yes, got a number one with her as well.
See,
Shanice,
see,
Missy.
mm.
Who else? Ty Dolla Sign.
Wow,
Yeah, this is. I mean, for example, the other day I got an inbox from Eric Sermon.
mm-hmm.
I mean, this is like hip hop royalty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I need to work with you. God telling me God's hand is on my life. Excuse me, Prophet Eric Sermon. Excuse me, what's this? You know what I mean? Peter Gunn. Just, it's really unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. These are all my heroes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But you know what the thing is? Everything you went through has prepared you for this moment, though.
Actually, yes. I feel like I'm also a better producer and songwriter and arranger since those days.
Yeah.
I feel I always had a gift, but I feel like it got perfected by me being in mainstream so much these past 10 years. Last 10 years is the most I've ever been involved on the other side of things with mainstream, just really learning songwriting structure, mixing, production. I've learned a lot. There's a lot to be said about sitting at the table with these big sharks, seeing why certain songs make it, why certain ones don't, and learning that there is a formula. And if you learn the formula, once you learn the form straight off, bro, then you can begin to improvise and add your creative elements to an already standing. We're talking about if you're trying to be on top 40, radio, there's certain formulas that are involved. If you can crack that code and find out what the formula is, then you add your flavor to it, then it's a wrap. And so I believe that's why the Lord allowed me to become somewhat of a civilian and be kind of like blacklisted and everything. So I had to go to mainstream to just survive, let alone learn how to be a better producer, writer, singer. So now I'm able to use all of those tools and those aspects, for Kingdom projects, and it just makes it stand out that much more, especially on the mixing side of things. I'm just really happy. I've been working on a certain sound since 2003 as an engineer and producer to make the actual mixes sound distinctly different from everyone else's as well. And I'm still not satisfied, but I'm really pleased with, especially the Trey Stella album, the mix of that, Nothing at All, the mix of that. Out the Box 2, I've been mixing. One of the songs took 3 years to mix.
Really?
So just, yeah, because I just wasn't satisfied with it. I just want everyone, when they hear the album, anything I do, I don't just want them to say, oh, that's a good song. I want them to be excited because it sounds good in their car. It sounds good in there. It sounds different. And one of the things I did was I went to sent myself to London for mastering and had very specific, like we spent 3 days just on the mastering of different projects because I don't want, people think now everything has to be super loud in order to be super effective in mastering. So it's like this one big block waveform. I like to see peaks and valleys in my waveforms because I want it to be dynamic, not just loud. And so I'm hearing, just taking the time with that little extra effort on the mixing side of things just really makes my final mixes and mastering stand out so much more than anything else I've done in the past. And I'm sure within the next 10 years it'll get even better, but I'm so happy in a digital world that I'm still getting the dynamics of an analog recording.
Yes. Yes, sir. I feel you. I'm about to go to the song On Purpose. And tell us a little bit about this with the Peculiar People and On Purpose, man. Tell us how that song even came about.
I started looking at my life. Like one of the first lines is, the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. I ain't picked up my Bible in over a month. I ain't as deep as you think that I am. I ain't gonna front, but the enemy is up under me like a football. I'm a punt. Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now. Be kicking him out of the church house, but you was quiet as a church mouse. So read your Bible and pray every day, pray every day, pray every day, and you grow, grow, grow. He did it on purpose. Yeah. Those good things that you do for me, I ain't worth it. But on Calvary, when that blood shed and that water sprayed, I was worth it. It don't matter how dope I think I am. I'm laying down for the great I am. Didn't we put 3 in there? I see 4 in the furnace. You want wisdom like Solomon, then I suggest you go learn it. I thought we would make up, but then he said break up. He did it on purpose. Basically based off of Romans 8:28, for we know that all things work together for the good of them. All things, good and bad. It works together for the good of them that love God and are called, be called, according to what? His purpose. So everything that we go through in life, it seems like it's a tragedy or a letdown or someone rejected you, he did it on purpose. The divorce, that was on purpose. The accident, that was on purpose. All of that was on purpose. So that's where the song came from.
All right. Well, here we go. World Premiere Sisters of Music. B.Slade. I'm about to go and get my bounce on. So y'all excuse me. Y'all hear something moving in the studio? It's OTC here. About to get my bounce on. So here we go right here.
He did it on purpose. I figured it out, though I did it on purpose. If the devil's a lie, he told me I'm worthless. Now I'm tipsy off of that new wine, got him nervous. Hey yo, I figured it out, I did it on purpose. Hey yo, the Lord is my shepherd and I should not want her. I ain't picked up a Bible in over a month. What? I ain't as deep as you think that I am. But I ain't gon' front. But the enemy is up on me like a football. I'm a punt. Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now. Kicking him out of the church house. You as quiet as a church mouse. Read your Bible and pray every day. Pray every day. Pray every day. Read your Bible and pray every day. And you grow. He did it on purpose. Yo, I figured it out, though I did it on purpose. He messed up on my plans and he did it on purpose. He got me at the club before they shot it up, and I know that they did it on purpose. I thought we would make up, but then he said break up, we did it on purpose. Yo, and the good things that you do for me, I ain't worth it. But I'm Calvary with that bloodshed and that water sprayed, I was worth it. It don't matter how tough I think I am, I'm laying down for the great I am. Didn't we put 3 in there? I see 4 in the furnace. Figured it out, or did it on purpose. Take it from me, I lost everything. He messed up on my plans and he did it on purpose. He got me at the club before they shot it up, and I know that they did it on purpose. I thought we would make up, but then he said break up, he did it on purpose. Yo, and them good things that you do for me, I ain't worth it. But on Calvary, when that blood shed and that water sprayed, I was worth it. It don't matter how tough I think I am, I'm laying down for the great I am. Didn't we put 3 in there? I see 4 in the furnace. You want wisdom like Solomon, but I suggest you go
funky fresh, about to get blessed, ready to party. Funky fresh, about to get blessed, ready to party. Funky fresh, about to get blessed, ready to party.
Thank you. I just come back to say thank you. I just come back to say thank you. I just come back to say thank you like at one level. I only play chess and it's checkmate. I don't play checkers. Sanctified jet setter. Faith lit, I'm a go-getter. She backslide, but they go-getter. Think big, don't settle. Courts closed, case settle. I'm chest voice and you falsetto. Staying on the rock heavy metal. Get piping hot, check the kettle. Blowing steam by that big mouth. Phone software in God's house.
Phone software in God's house.
Off limits, God's house. He did it on purpose. The devil, he made it for evil. I figured it out, the did it on purpose. The Lord turned it around for the good. The devil's a lie, he told me on purpose. Tipsy off of that new wine. Tipsy off of that new wine, got him nervous. Oh, got him nervous. I figured it out, the did it on purpose. All the betrayals and all the letdowns. I figured it out, the did it on purpose. Don't wait till the battle is over, just shout out. I figured it out, the did it on purpose. Keep on singing like this, I'm gonna shout. I figured it out, the did it on purpose. He did it on purpose.
Gotta let it play down to the last note. That's how we do on the Sisters Music. Ain't no interruption right there. B.Slade in the building, y'all. On purpose. That track right there, when I first heard that track, I wanted to throw a whole bunch of Nerf balls at you. I really did. Because I like, this dude was just bananas on them vocals. You know, I said, man.
Oh, man, I love that song. It's really crazy, like, the response. I like a lot of bass. I'm just, I've always been a little on the ratchet side anyway. So I just love that, you normally don't hear choirs with trap elements or ratchet. You just don't normally see that juxtaposition. And then the video, I just love the videos, the visuals on the video as well. So shout out to my cousin Legend out in San Diego. Like, we've been putting a lot of great visuals together, and more to come, particularly for Out the Box 2.
Out the Box 2. Now, I'm going to get to the Rob part because everybody like, hey, you talking about Rob at the beginning of the show. I was telling B.Slade that under the Tone moniker that we were Rob from the first Out the Box because we did get a chance to experience a lot of that stuff live. And, and thanks to you church folk out there, and I'm going to say just like I feel it, thanks to you church folk out there, we got a Rob because, y'all did some stuff that wasn't supposed to, y'all violated protocols to be in the sense of having to restoring our brother, and as he's going through his time. So I'm gonna say how I feel. He didn't tell me to say this. I'm saying this for me. So the views and opinions of TC does not express the
Right.
views of B.Slade, but I'm telling you, this is coming from me. So the thing is that because the reason why I'm saying that, man, because as I listen to the Tone stuff, even a lot of stuff that people ain't heard that I have still, it's timeless. It's
Thank you,
timeless.
brother.
It still minister to people. And I understand sometimes, okay, I get irritated with it, but you have to understand a lot of people don't know about the transition too still. So,
Right.
and then,
Right. But
yeah.
it's fine because the thing is, like, I don't mind it being. For example, people introduce me as B.Slade. Well, he's former. I don't need it to be what I'm formerly because those former things are behind me.
Yeah, come
The
on.
important thing is if you don't know me as a new artist, that's okay. I just gotta keep working. I just gotta keep.
Yep.
But I don't hate my favorite album. Actually, gospel record from that other moniker is pronounced Tone.
Yes.
That is my favorite. I know a lot of people like Out the Box, but
Yeah.
my personal
Woo.
favorite Tone album is the pronounced Tone album because that was the more. That was more of what Tone was about. Out the Box was commercially viable,
Well, I
my real.
I got
O2 was
I got to interject something. Actually, Out the Box was actually the first pronounced Tone, to be honest with you. And actually, Out the Box 2 was
Right.
Out the Box. Actually, hold on. Let's go back. The very first was Rescue Records Tone, before they didn't allow you to put on Make Me Right and Jambo.
Jambo. So there was some.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say, the Rescue Records version of pronounced Tone is
Yes.
my favorite.
Yes.
That's really the record.
Yes.
Once you go commercial, it's so strange, bro, because, like, labels sign you because of your own originality and you creating a street buzz enough to want to take it to an international level. But then when they get it, they try to pasteurize you and homogenize you and water your stuff or edit something that's already working. So the big difference is between that and now. First of all, I got all my masters back.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes.
And I am my own boss.
Yes.
I have my own label.
Yes.
I don't have no management. No one's telling me what I can and can't do, when I can and cannot release things. That's a great blessing, but that took me 10 years to acquire.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm not saying being independent is easy. It's definitely not easy because basically you have to come up with the funds. You're the resource. You're the radio person.
Yeah.
But the good part is when that return comes back in, I don't have to share that with people and only make pennies off of the album after I spent all the money on it. So put it like this. If I sold 10,000 records as B.Slade independently, I'd make more money off of that 10,000 sold than I would if a million had sold with a major label because you only get pennies off of that. And now with streaming, you get even less money.
Yes, true.
So it's a blessing that I was able to navigate that. I'm grateful for Jive Records and those times that I was there because, it gave me great opportunities. But the opposite side of that was a lot of creative control was lost.
Okay.
A lot of what I really wanted to do was lost in the shuffle. And now as B.Slade doing Out the Box 2, it feels like, because I've done, B.Slade's done mainstream records, jazz records, rock records, rap records. And now for me to freely be able to do a gospel record without anybody telling me how to put that out or what song I have to do or you need to take that one off. I don't have nobody telling me that. So this record is really about to show y'all what happens when you just let God have his way independently. And hopefully it will inspire other people who are independent not to give up because it gets so hard. You'd be like, man, just forget it. But the race is not given to the swift nor the battle to the strong, but the one who endures to the end. It's not how fast you get there; it's if you get there. And I'm telling you from testimony, I've wanted to give up. I don't know how many times because you just feel like nobody cares. You're invisible. Like I'm making great stuff, but they just want all this watered down, mediocre stuff all the time. But you got to keep pressing because eventually, what goes around comes around. People want something different.
Yes.
So I'm really proud of myself.
Yes, I am.
I'm proud that the franchise didn't die, that I have a sequel coming to an already successful franchise that's being anticipated by the entire world.
Yes.
Eyes are watching, and just to know how this is actually going to minister to a lot of mainstream actors and mainstream artists that when I'm in the studio with them, man, they can't come to our churches and stuff, so I'm still able to shine my light. That's the other part that's attractive to the other artists. They know that I got the Spirit of God within me too, so it's a blessing to see the kingdom impact that I'm having, the seed I'm able to plant in environments that the average preacher or church person dare not go or could not go or would not know how to navigate.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. And you know what? The thing about that too, man, is that from one moniker to the new brand is that you got two separate set of accolades. I said, how do you do that?
Right.
Grammy nominated,
It's
Emmy
crazy.
awarded, and I'm like, okay. But the thing about it was so awesome, man. That's why I say I appreciate your gift, because one thing about it, man, out of everything you went through, your gift shines through and everything. Like I tell people, the thing about people, we have to understand, people like controversy. They want to know about the dirt on people and stuff like that. Like I tell them, I said, whenever I
Right.
interview B.Slade and they ask, I said, look, that's my brother. I'm not gonna sit here and do an interview with him that's gonna bring out all the stuff, because we ain't talking about it. I'm about the music. I love him as a person. We on that. All that other stuff. Hey, we
Right.
if all our stuff was made
Actually,
public,
nobody even really knows.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's one of those things where it's just like that's like 10 years ago. Like, who cares right now? People, it's for many people. I'm a brand new artist.
yes, you
I
are.
like it that way.
Yes.
You don't have to like explain. Like, I tell people all the time, you don't have to tie it together. Like,
Yeah.
well, he was this, he used to be
Yeah.
this artist, but I
Yeah.
don't. If they never know,
Yeah,
if they do know, that's
Right.
on them.
Right.
Right now, it's just like I'm a politician trying to do this campaign. That means I gotta win one person over at a time
yes,
with handshakes and meet their kids and go to different churches and go to different schools and go to different events and just present what I do.
Yes,
People
sir.
think I've never heard of you before. People in my own church don't even know. They just think this is just what it's always been.
Amen.
And I like it that way because it gives me a chance to have a fresh start. But y'all acting like it's new.
Right.
Did not Saul turn into Paul?
Yeah. Simon turned to Peter and Paul turned
Did
into
not Simon
Saul.
turn into Peter?
Yep.
Okay. Did not Jacob become Israel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all acting like I'm doing something that's so outlandish. This is whenever there's a name change in the Bible, is the elevation and transition to another understanding of who God is.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Paul. Y'all always quoting Paul, but this cat killed Christians.
Come on now.
Imagine if I went around killing Christians and then I turn around and say, well, now I'm going to preach the gospel. Y'all be like, put him in jail.
That's real. That's real.
Let's keep it real.
That's real. Yeah, that's real as it gets. I'm so happy, man. I want to talk about Out the Box 2, bro. Out the Box 2. I'm very, very excited. Separation between church and state, I believe is the name of it.
State.
Yeah. Tell us a little
Yes.
bit about that, man, because, man, like I said, the songs that I've heard already and even the stuff that you released under the Peculiar People, man, them songs are just off the chain. I mean, them songs, it's just, it's going to be off the chain. So tell us a little bit about what should we expect from it.
Well, the singles that you got so far, that's the least of y'all's worries. That's the lightest stuff on the record. I had another interview today. I've been doing interviews all day, but
Okay.
I told a previous radio station that she was asking me about what is the difference between Out the Box 1 and Out the Box 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, like, it's the difference between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. It's like Star Wars was epic because nothing had ever happened like that before.
Mm-hmm.
But Part 2, Empire Strikes Back, was like, that's when we found out, who Darth Vader really was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's twists that you weren't expecting in the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this Out the Box 2 is like the Quentin Tarantino of gospel albums.
Woo!
You know how Quentin Tarantino films are,
Yes,
right?
sir.
It's
Yes,
super
sir.
raw, unexpected, random things happen. That's it. I told her it's severe. This album is super severe. It's like it's not necessarily what you would call explicit, like parental advisory explicit lyrics. There's nothing explicit in it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is PG-13 in the sense of the sound effects, the cinematography, the cinematic aspect of the music, the mix, what we're talking about is very severe. It's not for the faint of heart.
Gotcha.
I could see little kids being scared by certain parts that happen in the album because you don't expect certain things to happen. You can't listen to one song and you can't scan through this record when it comes out or you see the previews or whatever and be like, oh, I hear what this song's about. No, you don't know what this song's about because the song takes 2 and 3 transitions within one song. So it's one of those things that you just have to press play because within one song, there'll be 2 and 3 other different plot twists that you didn't even know were within one song.
Wow.
And it's a very socially conscious, a social political commentary about the state of the church and the state, and the separation between the two, and the divide between white and black, and Republican and Democrat, and where the church is, where the state is, how much they blend, and how much it's very severe. There's fun stuff on there too, just for like, I guess, roller skating, rolling to the mall, driving. It's made. I designed it. The mix is designed for cars. It's really a vehicular victory.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
Because it's designed for those who listen to music in their car on purpose and go take road trips or commute and have awful traffic. This album will get you through those traffic jams because it is a traffic jam.
Okay. Woo.
Matter of fact, it's the kind of album that you don't want the traffic to move. You want the traffic to be slower so you can finish the record. So by the time you look up, you're like, wow, I didn't even realize I was in traffic. It's really, it's graphic in the sense of people go in churches and just shoot people now.
Yeah.
So there's moments like that in this album where you think you praising the Lord and then suddenly it's a stick up. What would you do? If you had to choose for Christ or deny him, someone got a gun in your face about your faith, what would you do since you were a soldier in the army of the Lord? And if I die, let me die in the army of the Lord. What if somebody walked up in your church? Would you still represent Christ, or would you say no? What would you do?
Well,
would you so on fire for God? It happens all the time. You at school, you think you're just going to get an education. Somebody coming up and shoot all your friends up. What you going to do? Where do you stand with Christ?
Dealing with the issues.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. Dealing with the issues, yes.
It's a heavy, heavy piece. There's a lot of segregation, like I was talking about earlier when I was talking about Israel and how he brought, black and whites together through his ministry. There's still a lot of segregation. You talk about racism in the world, in the White House, in society, it's just as prevalent in church. And what's interesting is the church is voting for racists now. You're actually choosing Barabbas. So it's where are we at? Who are we really representing? So it's a very heavy piece. It's 2 discs, as always. A lot of people don't buy CDs anymore, but we're definitely going to have physical copies as well as digital copies, visuals for everything. It's been very difficult to get all the different peculiar people together because they all have separate careers and things. So that's been a challenge. So some videos, some members are in there, some of them are not. Some songs, some members are not. Some members are on certain songs that aren't on others. And the group itself has not heard certain songs at all. So they're even going to be surprised. Everyone's going to be surprised when it's dropped. And I don't know when it's dropping. I know it's going to be centered around an event. I know it's going to happen this year. But God was like, there's a particular event that I want you to have this project ready for, and I will let you know. So I can't really say what day it is exactly, but I do know it's this year. But he told me that it's going to be surrounded by an event. I'm not sure if it's a good event, bad event. I don't know what the event is, but he said when this event happens in the earth, then I want you to release it when that happens. And so I'm waiting just like you all for what that will be. But I'm also ready. I'm preparing it, having it ready so I don't have to get ready. Like last night at Bible class, I didn't have to go write a song. He did it on purpose. I already had the song.
Had the song,
Once
yes.
the word came through, I was ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If we come to church with the church already in us, we don't need so much pumping and priming with praise teams and what have you, because you came in with the victory.
Come on now.
You came in with the praise in your lips. You came in entering to his gates with thanksgiving. Yes. I was already having church in my house getting dressed. I was having church in my car driving there. So when I walk in, you don't have to pump and prime me. I came ready to praise him.
Amen.
So stay out of my way so you get hurt.
Go get your Bible, don't pray with me. That's right.
Right. Don't play with me. J. Mouse killed that line.
He
that
sure
was
did.
Awesome. Father, don't play with me. That was one of the sickest lines ever.
Me too. I said,
You know
okay.
what else, too? Like, I
Yes,
get
sir.
a lot of love from I'm on Kirk Carr's new album.
Yep, I got that song too.
And I got picked up.
Yep.
And like they reach out to me all the time, and like Jay Moss would reach out to us like, yo, I love what you're doing. And a collaboration is also about to happen with he and I as
Come
well.
on, man.
So
Come
be
on.
looking out for that. But I'm saying a lot of the gospel acts that I grew up with, that we grew up in the ranks together, have been showing me so much love, bro, because I've been on mainstream for almost 10 years now. So this is my first gospel project in a really long time.
Yes.
So people are really, they've been asking, when are you going to do it? I'm like, I'll get to it. Just hold up. But it's about to happen. Your dreams are about to come true, and I want to make sure, if you've waited this long for the sequel, I want to make sure that it is my absolute best because there is a certain standard I have to maintain with the franchise of Out the Box 2. Just like Fast and Furious has a certain standard, Star Wars has a certain standard. There's certain brands that you just have to have a certain level you can't go beneath. If anything, you got to push it even further. When people hear the mix of this album and the songs, every song is so poignant. The beats are so hard. The mix is so sick. The Peculiar People are singing. I'm so excited.
I know that's right. You know what? It was a great man that said that when he come back to gospel, it's gonna be like a platinum record. You remember that man that said that?
Remember I said that interview? Everything that I said is happening right now.
Yes, it is. That's what I said. Yeah.
That was back. It was the Ain't remixes.
Yeah, it's on Gospop too. You put it on Gospop too.
Yes, on Gospop too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, when I finally do come back around, it's going to be that much crazier because I would have made so much of an impact in the mainstream side of things, and exactly how I prophetically saw that.
Yeah.
That's where it finally hit.
Man, you about to make me throw a Nerf ball through the phone, man. Because I'm looking at everything that happened. I said I went back and listened to that gospel. But I said, he don't really realize what he's saying right now, but it's gonna happen because that's the type. That's how your life flows. Your ministry flows like that. It's prophetic.
Yeah,
you have a prophetic ministry.
This is why you said, how does it keep coming? How do you keep flowing the way you're flowing? It's not by power, it's not by might, it's by God's Spirit. It's what He wants. And people think, well, how can that be? If you're doing mainstream, you're doing the devil's music. Okay, so I'm doing the devil's music, but you get to watch movies. Those movies those are Christian films. Oh, so all the things you watch on TV is Christian content? Get out of here. Scram, kid. You know what I'm saying? God wants impact in all areas of life.
Yes.
There's all kinds of walks of life that would never step foot into one of our churches. And even if they did, we wouldn't know how to treat them. So instead of, people think I'm just about outreach and, I can't stand the church. That's not true. I'm a member of one.
Yes.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I'm here to get people who are in church and saved reactivated and on fire about their salvation again, so they will share their faith, but they'll have a product that they can use to help share their faith with Out the Box too. I'm not abandoning anything. I'm trying to empower folks who's already in Christ because they're bored to death. This lukewarm situation that's happening right now on the church scene where all the music sounds the same and people just going with the form of godliness but denying power. There's no yokes destroyed. People don't even baptize folks no more in church. It's like people don't even get baptized no more. When's the last time? Let me ask you. When's the last time you saw somebody get baptized?
It's been a while. To be honest, it's been
like
a while.
How long?
I'd say about 2 years. To be honest, that's about as long as I'm saying. Yeah, 2 years. Yep.
So what are we doing?
I would tell you what we doing.
What are we really doing?
I don't tell you. Yeah, I got you.
I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It is the power of God unto salvation, except a man be born of the water and the Spirit, can't enter the kingdom of God. If that's the case, and you ain't seen nobody baptized in 2 years, and I ain't seen nobody baptized in I don't know when, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we really doing, church?
Yeah.
If we're saying they need what we got, we don't even know how to lead them to Christ. My dearly beloved brother, upon your own confession concerning the death, burial, and resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and now indeed baptize you in the name of Jesus Christ for the remission of your sins, and you shall receive the gift of the Holy Ghost. Take them down. People don't even take them down no more.
Yeah.
They just want you to join. Here's your membership card.
Yep. Come on
membership into what? You ain't even confessed your sins yet. You don't just get to join the church like it's a Planet Fitness. You have to be born again.
That's real. That's real as you get, though. You're right. You got to be born again. Otherwise, you're going to see the Father.
How can you? Yeah. You can't get to the Father except through Jesus.
There it is.
So I say that to say this whole movement with Out the Box 2, there will be baptisms.
Yes.
There will be people filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
There will be people who don't even understand what happened to their life. Why? Because God did that thing in me. It's like it's an ongoing process, but the initial step, you just don't see a lot of you don't see a lot of that. The altar calls are weird now. It's like it's almost like you're almost giving people the right hand of fellowship, and they think that means that they're saved. It's really strange.
Yeah, it is strange. You're
so
right.
This album is addressing okay, let's get back to the whole reason why we are disciples and then apostles. Discipleship first, then you become an apostle to go establish churches in places where there are no churches, in studios, on film sets, in fashion. Make Me Over was on one of the biggest fashion shows in New York Fashion Week.
Wow. That's amazing.
So it's just God saying, you don't compartmentalize me. My spirit, in the last days, I'm not going to pour my spirit out on church people. He said, I'm going to pour my spirit out on all flesh.
Yes. All.
That's what time it is. That's what this album is about. That's why it's called Out the Box 2, Separation of the Church and State. We are on the brink. We are on the brink of something good and terrible. Everyone can feel it. We are on the brink of something great, that's awesome, and something that's terrible.
Wow.
Unless we go and turn back to God, if my people, and the title track of Out the Box 2, State, Separation of Church and State, if my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves and pray, seek my face, turn from the wicked ways, I'll heal the land. Get it together. In the song it says, get it together, and I will heal their land. This is a serious time. Yes, I have fun stuff on there for fun and games. You should enjoy yourself and God too. But we can't be ignorant to what time it is in the world that we are living in.
Yes, that's so true.
We are not ignorant to Satan's devices. This is not a physical war, people listening. This is a spiritual battle. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities. Like there's spiritual wickedness in high places of communication. So in order for us to penetrate that, we need a word, we need faith, we need covering, we need the blood, we need love. There's not enough love
That's so true.
in the church.
Yep, that's
Since
right.
you're saying that these people, you're saying they need God so bad, well, quit showing them meanness.
Right.
Quit showing them hatred. Quit showing them bigotry and discrimination. Show them the fruits of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, temperance, meekness. Where's all that at?
Wow.
We're too busy taking selfies in church. We're too busy getting excited about our outfit, church blows, snap my picture. We taking pictures up in church. We selfieing up in church. We don't even pay attention to the service because we so busy, so distracted because we bored to death that we just looking at our phones during service because we bored. I know I'm talking right.
You talking right.
I'm not rebuking nobody for having a phone. The reason why we're on our phones in church is because it's boring. When the Holy Ghost really is up in your church, you ain't think about your phone.
You sure ain't.
Your hands are up. You can't have one hand with your phone. You gonna have both of them hands up where you praise God or you shouting, you going in or giving God praise. You ain't got time to be capturing nothing,
Right. Right.
filming nothing.
Right.
Oh, I'm doing this so we can go live and people see what's happening at church. I'm sorry about that. They're going to have to get theirs on their own. When I'm at this house, because of the world that I'm living in today, I need every bit of power that I can get.
I know that's right. You better say that. Yes, sir. That's real.
All right. That's enough of that.
All
I'm
right.
trying to like go off, but
That's right. Hey, I'm loving it. You tell the truth. Hey, truth shall prevail, sir. So it's all good. It's good because you're right about that. I mean,
that's what the album is about. The album addresses all of that. It talks about the bigotry. It talks about the album talks about what time it is, like how close we are to the returning of the Lord, and that years have come and gone since I first heard it told how that Jesus would come again someday. Signs of the times are everywhere. There's a brand new excitement in the air. Everyone can feel it. Weather is different. The climate is different. We're all ignoring it, but we all know something is different. So keep your eyes upon the eastern sky. Lift up your head. Your redemption draws nigh. In the last days, it's going to be pestilence, famine, disease, earthquakes in diverse places.
Jesus. It's happening
All
too.
the signs are right there.
Yep, it's happening.
So what it means is don't get scared. It means the biggest revival we've ever seen, we are about to embark upon it. How do we embark on that revival? Music and art.
Yes.
Entertainment. That's what has everybody captive.
That's so true.
So who cares about a Stellar, a Grammy, or an Emmy? If my soul ain't right and I ain't bringing somebody into the kingdom with me, what does it profit a man to gain all the awards in the world and lose your soul?
Come on now. I know
We're
that's
all
right.
off. we're competing against each other, fighting over the same bowl of dog food while people are actually dying out in these streets.
Yes.
You say you out here on them highways and byways, but yo, we out here on them highways and byways, and we ain't ever seen y'all come around our way. If you gonna rep him, get his name right, Yahweh.
All right now.
I'm tired of staring at you, staring at me, staring at you. That's all we doing. We're like, what are we doing? Let's be real about this, TC.
Come on, talk to me.
What are we really doing in church right now?
Yeah.
Who are we really attracting?
That's true.
Who is truly being reconciled in their faith to God through the power of God and to salvation? We're actually just having church, looking cute, sounding cute, but we're really not making a powerful impact on the world because we're bored within our own churches. But once you get on fire in church, once the church gets ignited, you don't have to go around knocking on people's doors and passing out tracts. You'd be so excited about your faith. People be like, what's up with you? You look different. The whole world is scared to death, but you got peace. The whole world is worried about coronavirus, but you covered by the blood. Why are you so calm?
Come on now.
Because of the God I serve. I'm on fire for God. That's why.
Yes, sir.
So that's what the album, honestly, Out the Box 2, the things I'm saying, I'm spitting lyrics from the album.
Right.
That's just to tell you, like, that's how we come in this time.
I'm excited about it. That's all I can say. I'm excited about it. I thank you for, man, even sharing that because it's needed. I mean, like I said right now, you know, we a lot of us in the church getting fat, man, on the word ain't going out giving it to nobody. And that's why people ain't coming in, too. I mean, real talk. That's what's happening. I mean, like I tell people all the time.
It's great. Like it's a wonderful thing for us to be able to feast the way that we feast. It's a beautiful thing. I do believe that. I believe that the people who are in church also need to be edified because I think sometimes too, in the name of kingdom, we get so focused on outreach that we forget about the house.
Yes.
But charity begins at home.
Yes. And spread the ball after that.
So once we get on fire, once we get back on our faith, once we get back on prayer, it's so funny. Like everybody wants to be on the pulpit, everybody wants to be on TV, everybody wants to be on the microphone, but you don't see nobody at Bible class, nobody on prayer night, prayer morning. The only time we show up is when it's time for us to look wonderful and glamorous and get our, whatever we're trying to do, like our own egos stroked. But,
that's true.
But the actual digging in and the stuff that it takes to actually carry the weight of the glory that God's about to place upon our lives, you got to go back to your first works and do them over again.
Oh, my God.
Creating me a clean heart. Glory to God. Renewing me the right spirit. Because the truth of the matter is, bro, we fronting out here like we got it together, but in private corridors, we still got the same addictions.
Oh, man, you see, here's something right there. I was just telling my babe this. I said, baby, the reason why a lot of these preachers and stuff are being exposed now because they never dealt with that stuff before they took the call. Because what happens is that God will expose you if you're not to go ahead and actually go ahead and deal with those things before you get to go ahead and be in that place of a pastor, a prostitute, the fivefold. And I tell people all the time, if you go accept that call, make sure your stuff tight because God will expose you.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things where like it's easy to want to take on being a leadership because it seems glamorous, so it's a great career move. But it's one of those things that you have to be called. You truly have to be called. And the greatest of the preachers among us, the greatest of the teachers among us, the greatest of the leaders among us are still human beings.
Yes.
The thing about that is we don't know how to restore folks with meekness.
Yes,
we want to make sure if someone does have a weakness that gets exposed, let's blow that up and make that go viral so that we can take the attention off of the private, dirty stuff we doing.
Exactly.
Let me focus on whose stuff did get leaked so that no one's looking my way because I'm actually 10 times worse than they are, but I know how to cover it real good.
Yeah. The smoke screen.
Yes, because under that delusion and under that deception, you're thinking you're covering something, but it's really festering in your spirit. And what happens is when you see somebody else fall, that's not the time for you to be like, yep, I told you so. There's no. You restore that person.
Come on.
With me, knowing that you yourself are probably subject to that same temptation behind closed doors, and it could happen to you. And if it happens to you, you're going to want that same measure of mercy.
Man, please, come on. You talking good,
when
bro.
When it's your house and your kids and your husband and your wife and your family, you want grace. But when it's somebody else, they cut off. That's why God's cutting them off. And that's exactly what. Okay, until it's your turn to be human. Now you want everybody to cover you and restore you and replenish you.
As I always say, there will be an investigation. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Exactly.
It's not a liquor license for people to just go do whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
And it's not a mandate to rebuke people for being human. It's that all of us are subject
Yes.
to having a bad decision in our lives.
Yes.
And how many bad decisions have we made that should have cost us our lives?
Come on now.
But God's mercy,
Jesus.
that same mercy that's on your life that's covered your stuff that you ain't told nobody about, you let God use that same mercy blanket for somebody else. Don't ever get caught up in haughty like you better than someone else, bro. God will make sure the same thing you say you don't like, he'll make sure one of your kids turn out that way.
Yeah, sure will. I've seen it happen.
He'll make sure your brother goes through that thing.
Yep.
He'll make sure your sister experiences that. Since you got so much to say about this family, okay, well, let's see how you deal with it when it comes your way.
That's so true.
So I thank God, man. I should have been cut off. Every one of us. No one is in a place where no matter what good works we've done for God, all of that's filthy rags, bro.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Salvation is not in your works, bro.
Come on.
Salvation is by faith in his blood.
Yes. That's it, man. He talking good.
Yeah, so that's enough of that. You know, I ain't trying to
hey, bro. Hey, that's all good, but it's all good because we here, we bruh, so it's all good. But I'm so glad you shared that because I'm very excited about Out the Box too. I've been anticipating it for a long time, and I know there's people out there anticipating as well, man. I'm gonna get to Nothing at All, and I know you have to go in a little bit, but tell us a little bit about Nothing at All. Nothing. That's my.
Well, I was on my way to Bible class. I kind of talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the song. I go to City of Refuge, L.A. Bishop Noah Jones is my pastor. Shout out to him and everybody out there, and also to SOD. I'm in that group, Spirit of David. I'm a tenor in that group, in that choir. And, I was on my way to Bible class on a Wednesday night in January, and I got off on Rosecrans, and the Lord was like, here's the thing. But here's the thing. I want everything or nothing at all. I was like, wait a minute. And he gave me the melody and everything. So I get to Bible class, and Bishop was in the back. He hadn't come out yet. He was running a little late or something. And so Minister Evelyn was like, Brother B.Slade, do you have a worship song for us till Bishop comes out? I was like, yep, I sure do. Like to hear it, here it goes. Just like what happened last night at Bible class. And so I taught it to the musicians. I taught it to the congregations. They turned it to the choir. And this is the song. This is that song.
Okay, well, we're going to go there right now. We'll come back to B.Slade in a moment. Right here, y'all. Sisters Music. One of my favorite songs that I've heard in a long time from him is this right here.
So I was getting off the freeway, going to Bible class, right? I was getting off on Rosecrans. And the Lord spoke to me like, just on a regular conversation, you know? He was like, but here's the thing. I want everything, nothing at all. So when the man of God asked me if I had a worship song, I was like, yo, you just gave me one. Just gave me one. Here's the thing. Yeah, I want everything. You everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half won't do. 99 and a half won't do. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half won't do. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half won't do. 99 and a half won't 99 and I just want 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 everything. Here's the thing. I want everything. Or nothing. Or nothing at all. 99 and a half on to 99 and a half on to 99 and I just want 99 and I just want everything. I want everything. I want everything. Or nothing at all. 99 and a half on to 99 and a half on to 99 and I just want 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 to.
That's how we do it, y'all. Like I said, it's all right there. Nothing at all. B.Slade, man. Oh man, the vocals, man. You got me thinking I could be singing over here. I'm gonna go ahead and put out my album. I'll be over here. Here's
But you
the
make
thing.
it really easy. I wanted to make it where everybody could, like, even if they can't sing or could sing, something easy enough where basically a congregation or any average person who just feels it in their heart can sing along with it, man. So I'm glad to hear that. Maybe you can hear something there. Yeah, I don't know how you was.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. See, I can't do my horse now, but I want everything.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. I'm getting there. Yeah. I got my vocal sensei. I be practicing.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Good, though.
I appreciate you. Yes,
like,
sir.
Even like exposing like the album and the new single and everything. Like, you've always been a great support and advocate and brother and friend to me, man. Like, I just want to say openly to everybody listening, man, this brother has really exemplified what it means to truly be a Christian. He has always exemplified the love of Christ to me as a friend and brother. And part of the reason why I still even felt like I needed to do a project like this, because I was like, there's still people like this brother out there that need it and will spin it and believe in it. And so just thank you for that.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Like I said, I've always been an enthusiast. I've been a music enthusiast ever since I was young. Like I said, I grew up with a family of singers. I do little songwriting and stuff as well. So I understand,
Right.
the gift, and understand, for being in that eclectic place sometimes where where you thinking and stuff like that. So I just appreciate great music. And for you, ever since, like I said, I told you, when I heard Pronounced Tornado, that Rescue Records, that set me free. That's actually my reintroduction back into Christianity and actually listening to gospel music. That made me want to listen to gospel music again. So I appreciate you
You know
for
what?
that.
You never told me that before.
I never told you. I thought I told you that.
before.
I thought I told you that.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's why you started even paying attention to gospel, urban inspiration or gospel again. No. I didn't know that.
Yeah. What happened? I love old school gospel music. That's in me. That's my
too.
bread. But I always said
Me
that.
too.
I always said God. I said, please send somebody that's going to put out the different genres of music and be able to express it and be able to express themselves in that way and still have the fun that, you can enjoy yourself by listening to gospel music. And that was the first time I went to Rainbow. Rainbow's not open here no more, but I went to in Cleveland here. Rainbow Family Bookstore. The Pronounced Tornado was sitting right there. I said, this is interesting. Man, I put the headphones on because we was able to listen to the album. I heard the first I heard, my name is Tom Nye. I was like, hey. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what. As soon as I heard that, I said, dog, hey, right here, man. You might as well just go ahead and give it right here. It's over. When I heard Jambo, I said, ain't nothing wrong with the Jambo. Yes, sir. I said, you know what? Man, I got my line dance on, and let me tell you something. That album helped me start my DJ career. as far as DJing in churches.
Wow.
That album,
Wow.
when I played the album for people on the street, people loved it, and they had never heard nothing like that before. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that people probably, I understand from your standpoint where you are with the Tone brand, but a lot of people still appreciate that because I know for me, I still got I got the rescue. I got every Tone album you ever did, and even this.
Yeah, I don't even have the Rescue records, bro.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send
I
it
don't
to you.
even have that.
I'm gonna send it to you. But I'm gonna play something for you right now. This is how much I was in the Tone right here. Remember that? You remember?
Yes, again. Wow. Well, but if you listen to the mix of that song that clip that you just played, you've heard it so many times, I'm sure. But remember how impactful, like those reverse, like it was just like a movie, like impact.
Right.
So I'm never gonna lose that part. Like I want to jar people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to frighten folks. Like, wow, what's happening? It's too much at the same time. And I'm not just talking about one thing. I'm talking about back to back.
Yes.
Like every time. I'm not playing no games. You can't let up. So eventually, bro, they all gonna get it.
Yeah.
But until then, God has been merciful to me to keep me kind of. I'm known, but I'm still kind of anonymous and invisible because my word foundation right now, just what I'm getting at the church I go to, in order for me to be a more effective mainstream actor, singer, songwriter, model, musician, you got to have a strong constitution out here in Babylon. LA is Babylon. It's really easy to get caught up out here. So unless you got a strong constitution, you ain't going to make it.
Wow.
It'll swallow you up and spit you out.
Wow.
So before I go back out there the way I know God's already exposed to me, He's giving me a good home mothership base so that no matter how far I go out, my calling and my election unto Him is still solid and sure.
That's it. That's it right there. I love, man. I just appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything you're doing. Like I said, your music has got me through a lot of days. You don't even realize it, bro. I don't get a chance to talk to you all the time, but stuff like that. We talk pretty heavily, but not only but the B.Slade stuff even got me through some things I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And what I love the fact that you went back and got some of the songs and kind of redid those songs. And then I'm looking at how it's sped into Snoop.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have some news for you.
So talk to me.
The pronounced Tone album. I told you that was my favorite Tone album.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this year. It'll be out. It's called Pronounced B.Slade. All of the pronounced Tone stuff redone as B.Slade.
Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that, bro. For real?
Yes.
It's happening.
You'll be having the single. Yes, you will have the single for Personal Jesus in April.
Okay.
It's called PJ 2020.
Hey.
It's a two-part single, and it's already recorded. We've already shot the video, well, portions of the video. There's still another part that has to get shot, but we've already shot. And I shot it right in front of where the cover of Pronounced Tone was, which is in front of Sparkles Theater downtown San Diego. We shot the video right in front of the same place of the album cover. I'm wearing the same stuff from the album cover or things that nod to that album cover, and reimagining them. Like, for example, Taxi. It will now be like Uber, you know. Taxi, yeah, because we don't use taxis. Taxis was back then. Now it's Uber and Lyft and things of that nature. So it's the same album, but in today's context. Oh
man, that's gonna be bananas.
Yeah, and everyone's excited. Like they've heard it, and as a matter of fact, I'll send you over Pronounced B.Slade, the title track, and I'll send you over. PJ 2020, so you can actually have the exclusive on that. Since that album made so much impact on you, I'll give you some exclusive stuff just because that testimony blessed me, because that's personally my favorite album. That was my first national release. That was my first time having, and that was actually, that album was when I felt like I finally could be a real recording artist, because I liked the mix, the songwriting was good, and the production was good. I finally felt like I had made a commercially viable album.
Man, and then but you take me back to Waiting. Hold on, I'm sorry, Waiting. That song right there.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And like you said, in that album, it had different sections of different genres. I got that idea from Fred Hammond's and Radical for Christ album called The Inner Court. and
Ah.
he broke it down into different sections like redemption and like praise and like he had certain songs in certain sections. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. So I was just like, I'm gonna do that whenever. And this was a while, that came out like 94, 95, I think.
Mhm.
So I was like, whenever I finally do get my album, or whenever I finally do put a record together, I'm gonna put mine in genre sections and subject matter sections, just like Fred, because he's one of my heroes, production wise and songwriting wise. He was one of the only urban cats commissioned, and Fred Hammond, they were like the only ones that was really putting that really edgy production, but the word was, you knew who they were singing about. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That album
So,
right there is a classic album too. I love that album. It's one of my
yeah.
favorites by him as well. So wow.
My favorite Fred Hammond record is his solo album, first one called I Am Persuaded.
I'm Persuaded. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my favorite Fred Hammond and Radical for Christ album is Spirit of David.
Oh man, falling apart.
The Lord is good and
Yeah.
His
See.
mercy endureth forever. Ooh,
Yeah, man.
ooh,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Woo.
Man.
No weapon formed against me
Uh-oh.
shall prosper. It won't work.
Yeah.
God will do what He said He will do. He
Mm.
will stand by His word. He will. No, I won't be afraid of the arrow by day, nor the hand of my enemies. So I'll stand my ground with the Lord on my side. For the snares that they set will not succeed.
Jesus.
See, they don't sing that stuff no
No more. Nope.
They don't sing that.
No. That's what makes
Now
me upset.
everybody be singing about how broken they are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if we just start singing about lifting Him up,
Yeah, we
we
be
won't be
straight.
so broken.
Right, we be straight. We'll be all right. I tell go put on Out the Box, G. So you go put that on. It'll be all right. You be all right, baby.
You'll
Yes,
be all right.
Yeah, you be all right. In the morning.
Yeah, so also be looking for, there's something that's coming out. They haven't told me when it's releasing, but just know that there is a B.Slade Ty Dolla $ign collaboration that's already been recorded. I don't know when it's dropping, but just know it's coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that too.
All right, I want to let B.Slade know as well. B.Slade, you know what? We got 3 stations now. I got WOGS 103.9. We have A Pulse Radio, the heartbeat of R&B and hip hop, and we just started Soul Jazzy Radio. You know your music playing on all 3 stations?
Because we are called to be effective. Corinthians 1, 9, and 19 through 23 says, I must become all things that I might win some.
Yes.
This is not a compromise doing all walks of life music because we have a real life to live outside of church.
Yes, sir.
But please believe the foundation and core of who I am is just an apostolic church boy who's on fire for God and full of the Holy Ghost. That's just super duper on fire for God. And I just happen to love all genres. I'm a real artist. I'm not just going to be doing Christian films. I've already shot 3 movies.
Yeah.
They're not all Christian films.
Right.
You know? So
Right.
like but my walk on set and the way I treat people on set, they know who I'm representing.
Yes.
You know, I ain't coming in there with a ghetto blaster playing Kirk Franklin and Mary to make sure I attest my salvation to them and prove my spiritual aptitude to them.
Right.
The way I treat them, the way I carry myself, my professionalism, the way I'm on time. That's an example of I represent Christ. All those things.
Yes. That's what it's all about. Like I said, I always say at the end of the show, the loudest thing to speak to someone is your life. And it's so true. Man.
Think about it, bro.
Yeah,
all the stars that do need Christ and because they need that, they can't come to our churches. Why?
Yeah.
You saying they need to come, but as soon as they get there, you're going to be trying to get autographs and selfies. They ain't going to be able to really give their life or listen to the word because you're going to be you won't let them just really come in and get what they need. So I got to take it to them.
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate, though. That's so unfortunate, man.
Yeah, and so, but I feel like, notice how, Kanye gospel, Snoop gospel, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these different people are like, they know that this is needed. It's a shame that mainstream cats have to do the job that we should have been doing.
That's true. That's very true. Ooh, that's very true. You hit a nerve right there.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Think about it. Be talking about them and then blast them. I don't know. Well, show us what we should have been doing.
Right.
Because y'all ain't been doing nothing.
Right. I'll wait.
No, for real.
Right.
For real.
I tell them I'll wait. I'll wait. Yeah.
And who cares if well, they need to be. No. As long as the seed is planted, it doesn't matter. God will use anybody, bro.
Thank
How
you.
do I know? Because he used your dirty behind.
Come on now.
He used you in the middle of your mess.
Come on now. That's so true. Come on,
So
man.
let's not get carried away here.
Oh, man. You know what?
And
That's
if you got a
yeah.
problem with him, don't talk about him. You pray for him. Since you so saved,
Uh-oh.
intercede for him. If you that concerned,
Yeah.
But before you intercede for them, make sure you have your own soul salvation in check.
Get
feel
get that beam out your eye.
Right.
Let me go 2x4 in
That's all
your
right,
eye.
bruh.
Yeah, that's right.
That's for all of us.
Right.
All of us, man. None of us have attained, brother.
I know.
But I'm putting those old things behind me. That's why I can't just keep revisiting what's happened to me in my past. Yes, it's
Yeah.
great for context and testimonial
Right.
purposes, but
Right.
bro, that stuff's behind me. I ain't
Yeah.
even thinking about that stuff.
That
I
stuff
press
ancient.
towards the mark of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus, man. He called me to be everything.
Right.
He called me to be is everything I could possibly. If I want to be an astronaut, I can
Come
do
on.
all things.
That's
if I
right.
want to be a gymnast, I
Come
can
on.
do all things.
Come on.
If I want to be an architectural engineer, I can do all things.
Yes, sir. Man, where the Nerf balls out? Yeah, we got to throw another Nerf ball at this brother right here because he preaching good right
I'm
there.
saying if it's blessing you, sow into my ministry. My cash app is
Come on.
B.Slade now.
B.Slade
So
now.
right now.
Not now, but right now.
B.Slade now is my cash app. $ B.Slade now. Because I'm telling you, every little piece that people sow into me on the products that they buy, trust me, it goes right into gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
It goes right into marketing.
Mhm.
It goes right into production.
Mhm.
It goes right into mixing and mastering. This
Yes.
stuff is not free.
That's not all. Not at all.
This stuff is not free. People want music for free, but it's not free to make.
It's not. That's
So
what people
unless
forget.
people sow into us, unless people help and buy it and spread the word, you keep saying you want more great product. I can't make that out of osmosis. It takes money.
Right. It takes money. You know, that's true. And, you know, my thing is great streaming, but buy the product. You know, so you got the CDs coming out, buy the
I
CD.
don't mind them streaming. That's what people think. Some people think there's two myths about B.Slade that people are totally incorrect about.
Okay.
One is that I'm bitter and can't stand the church. That's a lie.
Wow.
Because I love God's people.
Yes, you do.
It's the system of church I detest.
Yeah, I got
It's
you.
systematic, organized religion I
Yes,
detest. But I ain't
yes.
even in a battle with religion no more because that's going to be there for thousands of years to come.
Right.
That's been here since Jesus was around. I'm not worried about that. The other thing is that I don't want people to stream my music. No, you can stream it, but I need you to actually buy the album and then stream whatever you want to stream. But I need you to make that initial purchase because that's how I pay for mastering and the
Yes.
videos and the marketing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro. Imagine if I was like at a gas station.
Mhm.
Do you get to go to a gas station and then for $30 a month you get as much gas as you want for free?
Nope. Not at all. Not
When you
at
go to
all.
McDonald's, is there a streaming McDonald's app where you get to go to McDonald's and for $20 a month you get as much hamburgers and French fries and drinks as you want
Not
for free?
at all. Not at all.
So why do you do that with music?
Because it's so accessible now. The internet is to me, the internet has damaged the art of music and also the support of music to me personally.
Fact.
Yeah.
So, but people can still purchase the actual albums and then stream it on Spotify or Apple Music or Google, whatever else you're going to. I know you guys got subscriptions,
Mhm.
but I'm saying outside of your subscriptions. But I did pay. I paid a subscription.
Mhm.
We get 0.00786 of a cent per stream.
How's that
If
even
I got what I
possible?
was supposed, I have since this. You see, 2 years. When I look at my stats,
Mhm.
I've had 3.5 million streams.
Okay.
If I had 50 cents for each one of those streams, you wouldn't even be on this radio station right now. We'd be on vacation.
I know that's right.
So I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
So because we're in a different time, I understand we're in a different era. I'm aware of that.
Mhm.
But what helps independent artists continue to bring you the quality music that you say you want? Music is boring. It all sounds the same. No, there's a whole bunch of people out here. R&B is dead. No, it's not. There's a whole bunch of dope R&B artists out here. They're just not signed to majors.
Mm.
And if you stream an independent artist only and don't actually buy their record, they can't keep getting better to the point that it can get on radio. They can't pay for radio servicing, marketing, and those things. So it's not like we're being like anti-streaming and anti the new move of what music's doing. But if you can download it first, support the actual album, it helps us to continue to bring you quality work.
Thank you for saying that because I say that all the time. I said support them. Go ahead and buy it. That way they can keep putting out great music. So you said it for me. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, man. So what's next for B.Slade? What we got going on, man? I know you probably got some projects you working on, a movie or something you got going on.
Yes. I'm working on Joshua Rogers' new album.
Okay. Wow.
Uh,
Okay. That's
Pamela
big.
Man, Tia Man. Um, this
You know, just
um,
to, you know, just doing
the
what I do.
Trey Stella's album's out. Went number 3 independently on the U.S. R&B chart.
Congrats.
Trey Stella. I don't know if you got that album yet,
No, I got to
but
get it though.
I executive produced that album.
Wow.
I got three movies I've shot last year that are coming out this year. Plenty of records. My September issues come back out. A lot of the classic B.Slade stuff that's been removed off the market is being digitally remastered and re-uploaded.
Okay.
A lot of music videos this year. Lots of music. A Christmas album this year.
Really?
So it's yes.
Yes.
I've been very busy. Plus touring with Patty.
Yep. I was going to talk
Aside
about
from
that.
my own stuff, and then another tour that will soon be announced that I'll be involved with. And
Okay.
yeah, so outside of that, like Bible class and prayer on Fridays and church on Sundays.
I know that's right. So you've been a busy dude, man. But yeah, how's that experience with Patty LaBelle, man? Because I was seeing you. I said, man, he doing his thing.
Well, I get to play percussion. I get to rap. I get to sing. I do a duet with her. I have my own section in the middle when she changes clothes.
Okay.
That she gives me. She gives me her mic.
Okay.
I have a great group and crew of people that I work with, like the best of the best. Jeff Bradshaw, who's worked with like Michael Jackson, Jill Scott, everybody, trombone, Matt Cappy, Mike Burton, Eric Seats. I'm on drums, Stanton Keys. Man, I'm telling you, man, like, well, he's Stan Lewis, but I call him Stan Keys because he plays Kendrick Lamar as well. John Stanley, a music director, and of course Patty. It's like a master class every night, and she's very gracious with her platform. I've been able to go to her home. She's cooked for me and fed me 2 days. Was able to record brand new songs for her new show, and working on Patti LaBelle's new album as well. Eric Benet, as you know.
Yep.
So it's
Wow.
God is good. It's a lot. I get overwhelmed just like anyone else, but I will say that having a relationship with Christ and a good church home and solid foundation has helped me to balance everything out. Truly it has. God has given me so much grace to be able to handle all of these things, and I keep going. And after all I've been through, to be able to continue to persevere, I know people are watching. I need them to know that you can go through hard times. You will feel like you want to give up. I wanted to take my life before, bro.
Yeah,
I wanted to get out of here several times. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But something inside of me said, keep going. Like, you can't give up. Because at the end, we can't give up our hope in God. For at the end, if you hold out, if you don't faint, there's a just reward, and you shall reap a harvest of blessing. If you sow tears and misery, you're going to reap in joy, bro.
I know that's right.
But you can't, if you won't see that, you won't see that part if you give up.
That's the key.
Be careful or anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication and meditation. With thanksgiving, make your requests be made and known unto God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will comfort and govern your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ the Lord. Finally, man, it's here. Finally, my brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are loving, whatsoever things are a good report, if there be any virtue, if there's going to be any praise, man, these days we got to think on these things. There's so much that is bombarding us. Coronavirus, racism, tornadoes, earthquake, everything. Every time you turn around, it's something. Everywhere you go, there's trouble. But God is on the throne.
Amen.
Keep pressing. Don't give up. Whoever's listening, don't give up. We all want to give up, but don't give in.
Man, B.Slade, class act. I love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
August says that, man, he came on here, y'all. Y'all, you know, like he said on Heartfish, I know y'all going to rewind this, because y'all going to have to rewind this to go back and hear all what he just said.
Oh, yes. And I'm glad that you gave me a chance to speak freely and express myself, because I think a lot of people prejudge me, thinking they don't understand I'm full of the word, man. Like I am full of the word. Like that's the only thing that's kept me alive. So my intentions for why I do everything, a lot of people judge the book by its cover or by what they think they know. Or what you don't know me.
Nope.
So I'm glad that you gave people a glimpse into my life, and they can hear my heart and where my mind and my soul and spirit is at these days.
And I want to do that because the thing is, like I tell people all the time, whenever you have, whenever you judge somebody and things like that, you have perception. Like I said, perception without talking to that person is just that, you know what I'm saying? Therefore, you don't know that person and you prejudge, and then stuff getting around it don't have to be. It's a virus. It's just like the coronavirus. It's a virus that spreads.
Absolutely.
And then the things
Absolutely.
you killing that, you murdering that person because, when you slander somebody, you murdering them. So you killing that person's spirit, and they don't even know they being killed. They're like, well, you don't even know why you're going through stuff half the time. You be like, man, I don't know why I'm going through that because your spirit is being murdered. Because you talk about something you don't have no business. No, you putting your mouth on something, speaking stuff. Because think about it, we done made the image and likeness of God. So therefore, when you speak stuff over people and slander people, you're killing them. That's what you're doing. And that's why people go through things.
The power of life and death lies with the tongue.
That's right. And then that dwelling and eat the fruit thereof. So therefore, the thing is, we have to understand that we got to stop killing each other and slandering each other and pray. Like you said, pray for you. That's one thing I do. I don't like talking about people. That's not me. I'm not a gossiper. I don't do none of that stuff. Everybody that knows me that deal with TC, you talking about people, hey, get away from me because I don't do that because I love people.
Right.
I'm a people person. I get along with anybody. I get along with everybody. I know, and that's what I say. My thing is, you got to know who I am. Like I said, you get to know who I am because I tell you, but I say you ain't got to guess with me. It is what it is. What you see is what you get. That's how I always been.
I always have been.
Yeah, I mean,
since Pronounced Monet, I think I've been even before my previous, when I was a kid, like 18, Silent X, I have been
Silent X, yep.
Very honest, very transparent.
Yes.
Anything you want to know about me, it's in the albums. I haven't hid anything from anyone. I've always told the truth about wherever I'm at. That's just where it is.
Yeah, and you like it, you don't.
Really, honestly, that's the Bible because all the stories in the Bible are not like pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on solid ground type stuff.
Right.
There's some serious human stories going on in there.
Think about this. Everybody. I'm sorry. I was going to inject this real quick.
No, you're good.
Everybody went even in the Bible. Everybody in the Bible, you hear stories about had to go through something to get to where they had to go. Everybody did. So therefore, we ain't no exception. You know what I'm saying? We think, like I wrote something on my Facebook page called The Process Before the Possession because everybody wants to skip the process. They want to possess things. We got to go through the process before we possess anything.
Fact.
Just like going to a job.
I actually enjoy process more than the product.
Yeah, exactly. But
I like going through the process more than the product. Yeah.
But here's the thing: when we get to the possession, though, it's like your song said, "Got a glass of finally." I can exhale now because the thing is that you go through that process. You tired, but at the same time, you get to that possession, and you able to move to the next dimension because what happens is that when you get to that possession, you get energized again. Then you say, "Okay, now I went through that process. Now I can go to the next thing and deal with the next thing now." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm sorry, but go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess you. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I'm wrapping up anyway. I just wanted to say in the end, closing, that, the mission, my personal mission here is that all people will be exposed to, because, there's so many different genres and there's so many different walks of life. I just want to make sure that I'm covering as many bases as God will allow me to. Mm-hmm. And some stuff ain't for you. So you may come through certain parts of my catalog and be like, well, what song is this? Okay, well, boo-boo, that one's not for you. Or it's not for you yet. Because keep living, it might be for you. While you talking and running your mouth, something I've recorded or talked about, you will run into at some point. Yep. I sing about life. Yep. So whether you like me or not, there's something in that catalog at some point that you can be like, I get what that dude is saying now. I didn't get it at first. Mm-hmm. Now I do, because I had to go through it first. Mm-hmm. And so I'm patient. Everyone grows at different rates, DC.
Yes, sir.
Just because you're at a certain place in life don't mean that that's where someone else is. Exactly. Okay, well, you're spiritual now. That's where God has you. Okay, well, then don't require that of everybody else because God got you on a fast. Right. That's for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like our separate walks and relationship with God, the same way, that would be inappropriate for me to say, well, I'm not sure if you really do love your wife because you need to let me know the last time you guys made love. That's none of my damn business.
Exactly. Right.
So it's the same thing with my relationship with Christ. I don't have to show you how intimately me and him are involved. That's
Right.
me and his private relationship.
There you go.
You worry about yours, and I don't have to explain to you how much I pray.
Right.
And that's none of your business.
Right.
You'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. You know
Bears.
why you're going to know I'm with him?
Mhm.
Because you're going to see him on me, working through me, working for me. I ain't got to tell you what I'm doing. I don't have to
Exactly.
do that.
Right.
You knowing whether I'm being intimate with him or in a relationship with God, me having to explain that process to you, that's not what quantifies whether you believe I'm saved or not.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
for me and him to know.
Right. 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 You got to step on, he ain't saved. Boom. You ain't saved. Boom. No, you got to step on that. You don't even know what God himself. Like that's what kills me about people, man. They like, okay, well, God is that. Okay, I said, you God now, so you know what you God now, so you know what he accept, what he don't accept now. Come on, man. Go.
The other part is people think that God don't, like, say like you close your doors and your windows and you're blind.
Mhm.
They think because you're doing something blind that he's not also in that room with you while you're doing it.
Come on now. Oh my goodness.
They
Come
think because you close your windows and doors and stuff that he's not there too. He's there. He's always there.
on. Everywhere.
Everywhere you look, he's so high you can't get over this cat.
Come on now.
He's so low you can't get under this cat. He's so wide you can't get around him.
Right.
Only way to get to him is through his son Jesus.
Jesus is right.
That's the door.
That's it. That's the doors will get you to everything you need to get to, and then
And you know what unlocks that door?
Mhm.
Faith is the key. Prayer unlocks the door.
Yes, sir.
And then if there's any door that he don't want me to walk through, Lord, block it. And I'll say amen.
Mm.
It wasn't for me.
Mm.
If there's a detour in your life, if you're listening to this right now, if a detour has hit your life, you was heading in one direction and you could have swore this is the direction you're supposed to go in, and suddenly there's a detour, that means destiny is attached to the detour.
Mm. I like that.
It's a faster way to get where you're trying to go. You was heading. Listen, God will bless us even in our disobedience. His mercy still gets us to where we need to go.
Jesus.
But these days, I don't have time to be disobedient. I need to hear exactly what it is. And if he says, we got to go take you a different way, the road you normally used to get off on, I'm going to take you around another way. He's trying to get you to your destiny in an even faster, more efficient manner because he knows all things.
Mm-hmm.
So a detour is not death. A detour is not an inconvenience. It's a blessing. He's going to show you a more excellent way to get to where you thought you were going in a quicker way, less time, less people, less explanation. He'll get you exactly to where you need to go. So that's what I wanted to close with.
All right, sir. No
Leave
problem.
that seed with everybody who's listening. Just know that detours are not. It's not a bad thing. Detours actually are linked directly to you getting to your destiny that much quicker.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, sir. Man, bless your bones, sir. I appreciate you coming on the show always, man. As my brother, like I said, I can't let it be so long that you come back on again, man. But thank you so much for sharing your gift, sharing the songs. Like I said,
I'll be back soon. I'll be back very soon. I'll be back about 2 or 3 times this year with you. Trust me.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So B.Slade right there, y'all. Like I said, go out right now under the sound of my voice, get nothing at all. On Purpose, I think it's available under the Peculiar People as well.
Yep. And you can follow me on social media, B.Slade Now, B-S-L-A-D-E Now on IG. That's B-S-L-A-D-E Now on Twitter. That is B-S-L-A-D-E Now Snapchat. My Cash App is $B-S-L-A-D-E Now. And on Facebook, it is B.Slade Fans. Peculiar People is TPP2040 at TPP2040. That's on Twitter and on Instagram.
Yes, sir. So you catch them all day.
And also, you can catch me on the tour with Patti LaBelle. Go on my IG site, click tour dates, and you can see when I'm on tour with her all year long. So it's coming soon to a city near you.
That's what I wanted to tell them as well. But I appreciate you coming on, sir, man. Bless your bones. Like I said, I love you, man, and keep the vision speaking, man. That's all I can say. Keep it speaking because you're doing a lot of also great work. Don't come down from the work that you're doing, man.
Amen. Thanks, GC. Have a good day.
You too. Nothing at all. B.Slade. Here we go, y'all. We going out on that. Keep it locked.
So I was getting off the freeway, going to Bible class, right? I was getting off on Rosecrans. And the Lord spoke to me like, just on a regular conversation, so, you know. He was like, but here's the thing. asked me if I had a worship song. I was like, yo, you just gave me one.
Just give me one. Here's the thing. Yeah. I want everything. You everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half want to. 99 and a half want to. 99 and a half just won't do. 99 and a half want. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. 99 and a half want to. 99 and a half want to. Can you help me sing? Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah. But here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. 99 and a half want to. 99 and a half want to. So can you help the tenor sing? Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want everything. Everything. Oh, nothing at all. 99 and a half want to. 99 and a half want to. Sopranos, can you help us? Everybody sing it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah. I want everything. Everything. Oh, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. Nothing at all. 99 and a half just won't do. 99